Hey guys, Mario here, otherwise known as Y2M on the interwebs, and welcome to the return, sort of the 52 review. I gotta apologize, I've been gone longer than I really wanted to, and things do not look good still for the 52 review, but I decided to come back anyway and at least do something because my other little vlogs that I've done that are more or less experiments, well, there's a reason why they're called experiments. Didn't work. So, let's make a deal. We never mention those videos again, and I'll never try to do something like that again. Deal? The only reason why I've even been able to do this is because my local friends have heard of my plight and have donated some comics to me, or at least lend me some comics, and I really appreciate that. So while the weekly thing is still not happening, I can at least do regular updates of a sort. Now, in order to fill out this vid, I'm also going to be extending and doing my take on Marvel Now as well. So I guess it's going to be weird, and also I'm going to be giving my thoughts on any indie comics I pick up along the way, either past or present. So basically, in a way, I've expanded this show a little bit to include more than just DC, so we'll see how this goes. So first off, let's talk about Marvel Now. So as you know, in about October of last year, Marvel decided, hey, let's shake things up and relaunch every line we have at #1. But we're not going to call it a reboot. In fact, every time they mention Marvel Now, they say it's not a reboot. It's like their catchphrase. Marvel Now, not a reboot. We're not DC, damn it. In a way, I kind of wish it was. Instead, what they ended up doing is taking every writer, every creative team from every comic line that was awesome and go, hey guys, we're going to switch you up. Do. And so basically now we have the writer of FF doing Avengers, the Iron Man writer, Matt Fraction, is doing Captain America, and so on and so forth. You want to know why the Marvel books before Marvel Now work so well? It's because the creative teams were really suited to the comic line they were working on. Here, tough sell, tough sell. Take, for example, Avengers. This is Avengers number 2. I love Jonathan Hickman. I loved him when he wrote the S.H.I.E.L.D. series. I loved him on FF. Here on Avengers, he's trying to do that humanist, big picture scale vision on a comic series that, I don't know, I don't think it's really known for that. I appreciate what he's trying to do. I mean, the whole, let's expand the Avengers into a global organization like we should have done years ago idea, it's a good idea. It's just everything else. Explanations, the over-explanations, the whole big picture when I just want him to punch Ultron in the face. Personally. Oh look, Norman Osborn. Thwack! Oh, what's that, Taskmaster? You're working on the side of the demons? Oh, snicked. You know, that's kind of what I want to see. I mean, say what you will about Brian Michael Bendis, but I don't know. I thought the Avengers series were just fine. I'm probably going to get murdered for that, aren't I? Yeah. I mean, I'm hanging in there. I mean, I read Iron Man, I read Thor. Wow. And even Captain America didn't do it for me. I'm hanging in there. I really want to give these, I really want to like them, I really want to give these Marvel Now comics a chance, but so far, fortunately, the only thing I'm still hyped up about, Deadpool. Now, Daniel Way did an awesome job in his run with Deadpool, but Brian Posehn, not bad, sir. Not bad at all. And the whole storyline going on with literally zombie presidents. Gotta tell ya, did not see that coming. pretty damn awesome and pretty damn hilarious. The artwork took a little getting used to. It just looks a little postmodern and, you know, it's an acquired taste, but I acquired it, and I am laughing my ass off. I mean, Deadpool is still funny. Thank freaking goodness, because if Deadpool wasn't, or if they just did something ridiculous with Deadpool, I would have rage quitted the entire Marvel Now thing. I'm still not sold on this. I really hope that they catch on Steam. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I appreciate what they were trying to do, but it just felt like they were playing Chinese checkers with the creative teams, and we have this. So we'll see what happens. Now I want to talk about some DC, you know, my original gravy boat. So, yeah, I have more or less caught up. I mean, I lost a few issues because of the bad circumstances, but I have more or less caught up with most of the comic series that I have read, including Aquaman, which has been amazing. So the whole thing with the others and the Black Manta more or less is wrapped up, but then we have the whole thing with Atlantis now coming up. The Throne of Atlantis saga that began in Aquaman and has now extended over to Justice League. And speaking of Justice League, how about Superman and Wonder Woman, huh? They're an item. I'm not against the idea. I actually think it's fascinating. I'm just wondering if it's going to be one of those things that'll last, you know. And I know some people are so used to ships, as they're called in the younger nerd community. A lot of people still want the Lois Clark thing, which I'm like, come on, guys, let's diversify that, huh? I really like these issues. They are actually ending up pretty great, and I mean, the fact that having Aquaman tie into Justice League, pretty nice. No, seriously, they really do. You have to read this in order to get caught up in this. And another thing that I love DC is that this is kind of another one of those crossover things, or at least an event, but they're keeping it low key. Like, and what I mean by that is you won't see this in Green Lantern. You won't see this in Red Hood and the Outlaws. That would be weird. The point is that they're keeping it, you know, tight-knit, close to the chest, and I appreciate that. It just shows that you don't need to pull every freaking superhero in the Marvel in a comic universe and make a gigantic crossover event when you don't need every character. So yeah, my thoughts on the Throne of Atlantis is it's really great. Jeff Johns, this is his puppy, because as it so happens, he was writing both series. And I really like it. There's a lot of plans going on in DC and they're coming on the horizon. And I'm excited for all of them. And oh man, next time I do this, we're talking Batman. We're talking Death of the Family. Because the Joker, holy crap. I'm going to cover that. Okay? Now before I go, I do want to cover an indie comic series, or at least talk about it. It's kind of a new thing that I'm trying along with the Marvel stuff. So yeah, I've realized that I'm a mainstream reader. I'm one of those guys that likes the popular stuff, and I need to expand my vision. And I don't know why I'm talking like this. Well, fortunately for me, I'm not like super snobby when it comes to comics. If anything piques my interest, I will get it. In the case of Atomic Robo, I will get the crap out of it. So Atomic Robo by Red 5 Comics. Oh my gosh, this is amazing. Okay, so Brian Clevenger and Scott Wegener. Now, maybe those names might not jump off the top of your head, but for me, I instantly knew who they were. Because if you go to nuclearpower.com, well, then you're familiar with 8-Bit Theater and other such funny comics that they have on the website. And that's where they got their start. And I gotta tell you, I love Clevenger's writing. It is hilarious. It is spot on. It is just quick thinking, witty, and holy crap, it extends to every comic he's written on the site and to Atomic Robo, which started on the site. Atomic Robo became a thing, and I have picked up well, actually these are loaners actually, but I will be picking up my own copies of the comic series. It is funny as hell. Basically, if you like action and you like science, then this is for you. And hey, it doesn't hurt if you're a fan of Tesla, which I am. I am. Screw Edison. I am. So basically, it picks up with this robot, atomic-powered robot named Atomic Robo, and it captures his adventures throughout the years, from his beginnings in the 20s, could be present day, could be any time in between. And I like that. It shows that he has a lot of history. He's been involved in a lot of things throughout the years, and whether it was fighting the good fight in World War II or heading up his own action science team in Tesla-9. I love this comic series. The writing is just hilarious. It's witty, and you know what? You wouldn't think so, but there's actually some touching and emotional moments in this comic. There's a wide range of emotions that I really did not expect, but it is a pleasant surprise. It really is. And Scott Wagner's artwork, there's just certain artwork that just fits in with the series, and that's exactly how I feel about his artwork in Atomic Robo. It's just perfect. Clevenger's writing, Wagner's artwork, it just meshes together, and I love when the artist and the writer's work meshes together so perfectly and naturally. I'm gushing about this comic series right now, and I have every reason to. This is one of those series that you just pick up and you cannot stop reading. Every issue, every volume is just hilarious, it's interesting, and there's cameos from all kinds of individuals from the scientific community. Seriously, if you're a nerd, which by the way I am too, if you love science and you love a bit of action and the lols, this is a perfect series for you. Pick it up, please, please. This is for me. I love quite a few indie things, but this is up there. This is my favorite non-Marvel, non-DC thing to read, and in fact, I'm even going far to say that I even prefer, if I had a choice, if I had only this much money and I can only pick one comic from the store, it's Atomic Robo. I'm bringing home Atomic Robo. Sorry, Justice League. It really is that good. You really should pick this up. Give this a try. I loved it. And I want to thank my friendo for loaning me these, and for really, these are awesome. I want to pick up my own copies now. Alright guys, so that about does it. So, not much reviewing this time. It's more I just recapped and talked about things. I just want to get caught up. Now, obviously, these are things that came out a while back. I will get caught up, don't worry. It's just going to take me time, but I'm going to talk about stuff that I get as I go along. So, bear with me. Anyway, I promise to do a little bit more freaking stuff in the coming weeks. I'm back, more or less. So, I think for now I'll close by saying, as always, live nerdcore. Y2M out.